Greetings, everyone. It has been a while. I'm Mashidu Mbele, the Mind Doctor. I am a transformation coach and energy healer. I'm also a negative emotional therapy practitioner. Besides that, I'm also a credit repair coach. And yeah, we're a bit few minutes late, but I've showed up. I just wanted to share about my silent retreat, and I did share a few pictures earlier. And I saw that there are people who said, "What was it all about?" But it was quite interesting just to attend that. I see we also have LM Kungo as well. Welcome. So I'm live on both my personal page and Transformation Coach, and also on YouTube and also on Instagram. So if you're coming through, say hello so that I know I'm not by myself. And yeah, let's have an engagement. Oh, we've got Laura as well. Yes. Welcome, Laura. Tag your friends to come through as well. Do share on your timeline. And you might find that it's something that one has to do. Yes, I see we've got Laura as well, even on Instagram. So welcome, guys. Tag your friends to come through, or just share on your timeline. That also helps for someone to know what is it all about. And also on YouTube. So the beauty of YouTube is that you can like and subscribe. So like and subscribe to Transformation Coach Mashudo. You can just look for me, Mashudo Mbele. And even if you miss the session, you'll be able to download it and then listen to it at a later stage. So I've been away for almost 10.5 days, and it has been quite intensive. So I had to go and face my own demons. I had to go and just be by myself in a group where there's a facilitator. So the silent retreat that I did is called Vipassana meditation. It's another form of meditation. It's another higher grade. And one would say, why go there? So this was my second time going there. I went there in 2019, and this was the second time, and it was mind-blowing. So each experience is different. So basically what happens is that you complete a form, you apply, and it's a 10-day meditation, and they'll ask you questions, and you have to be honest, and then from there they'll review your document if you can come through and do the session. But if you're someone who's got issues with depression, they might just check and say, go and ask your psychiatrist if you need to attend. So just going there, it's a good thing to do it, because being the mind doctor, I cannot heal myself, so I need support system to heal myself. I've got amazing coaches, but I just feel like there's a change that needs to happen in my life. So just being there for 10 days, it was something that I had to go through, and it's all about going through Mkowisho. The beauty about the retreat, which is Vipassana meditation, it's in Worcester, so it's free to go there. So you just have to organize how you get there, and then it's free to go there, and you go and have an intimate time with yourself whilst you are being taught the technique as well. It's where you go and remove your own misery, because we are all going on our normally daily basis. We have tend to put the mask, put the makeup on, and it's something that one has to do once in a lifetime. And like I've gone for the second time, and it has been quite amazing. So we are all going. We are all going. So if you want to tap, because most of the things that we suffer from, we created ourselves. It starts in the mind. And with the retreat, what it happens, like the first 3 days, they teach you a technique called Anapana, just to have a sense within your body, because we store our emotions within our bodies. And that is something that I do with my clients when we do different coaching, when we do NLP, and we do the inner transformation program. We even go, because sometimes I ask the client, how are you feeling? Because we store, like, even this experience, just listening to me, there's a place within your subconscious mind, because we've got the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, where you store this. So with the course, they teach you how to feel your sensation, and you can feel the pain. And the beauty is that you learn to go through your pain and observe it. And learning, like, even we've heard about monks who just sit, and even if a bee is just flying around, they just ignore it. So you learn to ignore your pain, to just acknowledge it, not ignore it, acknowledge it and say it will pass. Everything that we go through, you might be going through your own demons at the moment, you might be going through the most, because there are 4 seasons in life. There's the summer, autumn, winter. You might be going through your own winter at the moment, and it's quite a terrible time to be in. And you find that last year, last quarter, you're in your summer, you're in your spring, and everything was going well, and similar to a tree. But what you can say with that is that with a tree, it loses its leaves, it loses its some of its twigs and all, but few months later it grows up, you see that green, and that is what we have to go through. So you need to go through your autumn, you need to go. So I was going through my autumn just to go and deal with my own demons as well, and to understand also how I think the issues, because everything that we currently have, it's within us. And umgowisho, misery, it's universal. So misery, it's universal. I see we've got Spiwe as well, so welcome. So, and Elriza, welcome, guys. So it's universal. So I would urge yourself, just take, and the Vipassana meditation is I would say it's not for the faint-hearted. For me, the first time I remember when I did it in 2019, I wanted to go back in 2020, and we had the pandemic. I couldn't go. Just sitting there, because you sit there on your bum, but they give you cushions. And the meditation starts from 4:30. So we're counting with other delegates who came through, and people come from all over the world, because that is the only center in Africa that they have in Worcester. They come all over the world from everywhere in the world and in the country as well. So I see we've got a connection issue on the other Instagram. So they come all over from the world. That is how special that, how people are going through their misery. And it doesn't matter what title you are. You've got doctors who come through, you've got teachers, you've got coaches, you've got people who are entrepreneurs, because we are all going through our misery every day. And at times we tend to blame others about our misery. But when you sit down in those 10 days, you realize it's you who created that misery. And because of your mind, because of repeating the patterns. And if you are unable to understand the patterns that you are creating, you just blame everyone, but you forget that the other 3 fingers are pointing at you. So it's quite a beautiful, also got self-admirer. Welcome, guys. Say hi, tag your friends who are coming through. Tag your friends as I'm sharing my journey. So it was a challenging time. So as I was sitting there, when I do my programs, my clients hate me. The first 3 sessions, they hate me because they learn to understand how their mind works. And after that, when they understand, they say, okay, coach, now I understand why you're asking me those questions. And I've started doing the introspection to realize that everything starts with you. So you cannot change anyone. Even the day you were born, you came alone. It's just that as you navigate through life, you meet different people. You have got your parents, then you meet someone you love, someone you get married to, someone you're involved. And at times, if you don't have that, like at times we delegate our love to others. If you don't have that, you start delegating and you say, no, that one is doing this and doing this. And when you sit down and you say, if it doesn't love you, that person doesn't love you. The question when you come to me as a client, you say, do you really love yourself? Share to me how you really love yourself. And if you can't explain that, how can you expect another human being who's going also through their misery? And because we cannot read people's minds who are going through their misery to understand you. So at the end of the day, something which came up that I learned is that we are all selfish. We love ourselves. We just have other people to fulfill other needs, and we just delegate them and we put them in our head. So yeah, so the 10 days were, yeah, were gruesome as well. And one could feel the body pains within your body. You could even feel when your perspiration, like even now, as you're the standard, I hope it doesn't affect the life. So like even now, have you ever sat and feel how you breathe? So the first few days they teach you how to sense, to feel the air, the breath coming in and coming out. So you're getting in touch. So you really need to train your mind to even feel yourself, because all these chemical reactions, and that is the beauty that we have the power. So everything that we go through, it's always said that the power lies within you, and it starts with you, and you have to fix that. So that is something that I'll urge you to do. So if you're not ready to do it, come for coaching. I'll help you as well. So the techniques help you that I do, because we deal with your negative emotions, which could be fear, which could be rejection, which could be doubt, which could be sadness as well. Envy, jealousy, because envy, jealousy, shame also impact you, how you manage your money. You end up being in debt. And daily I'm getting inundated with questions. People say they're on debt review, they are not aware. As much as in debt review, you need to do something about it. You need to understand why you're in debt review. And that is where I help you. We look at the technical side and seeing your money habits and understand why you do that. And we release the fear, the shame, because when you've got shame, you go and get debt just to prove to people to look good, and we're always comparing ourselves with the drones. So it comes back to our misery. All of us, we've got our own misery that we go through, and we've learned to mask out that misery using different substances. For me, when I was depressed, I don't drink anymore. I'm not saying stop drinking. I would say you're drinking because you're numbing. So at times, for me, I used to use alcohol just to numb my pain. I'll drink wine after wine, being in engineering, which was a stressful time, because when you're with the jobs that I do, you have to provide support to operations. And at times you don't even have time just to sit and listen to yourself. You're always thinking about the problems, and you're being a mother, you're doing this. And also I used to numb my pain with alcohol. I would have my own wine and just say, no, I'm just having a good time. And that is another way, because when you do that, when you intoxicate yourself, it just gives you that sensation. I was looking for that sensation just to numb water. And then when I started working on myself, on my transformation journey, which I'm forever working on. So when we say you're a transformation coach, you're working, we have built up of misery, and one has to take it out. And for me to be the best coach, I need to work on myself, which I'm forever doing that, so that I can show up to those who really need me. So when one just uses, it could be you overworking, it could be you using a lot of sex, it could be, I'm not saying sex is not good, drinking is not good, but if you are overdoing, just sit down and say, why are you overdoing? What are you numbing? Why are you so scared to have time with yourself? Because we are so scared to be by ourselves. We always want someone just to be there, just as a distraction. Have you ever sat with yourself for the whole day? So for me, it was so beautiful and so torturous as well, for 10 days not having my phone, because the first day you arrive, you meet the other delegates who come from everywhere in the world. You get allocated your own room, and then they take your gadgets, your cell phone, and other things. So I don't want to share more so that you can go and experience it. And from there, evening, the morning, you'll be waking up 4 a.m. to prepare, and then 4:30 you need to be in the meditating hall. And you also have got meals 3 times a day, lovely vegetarian meals, which is cooked by volunteers. So the center is run by volunteers. It's so amazing. So just having that routine of, you don't have distractions, you don't have a gadget, you just sit there and meditate and feel, get in touch with your body and hear, even when you're breathing, hear your heart, hear when you're in your digestion, and feel the pain when you start using technique and understand where you have stored our pain. We store our pain in different places. And yeah, it was when I compare it with the 2019 experience, it was difficult. It was different for me. It was mostly my knees, which were painful, and then now it was the back, and one has to sit down and understand what is causing that, and also just sitting with that excruciating pain. Because if you give it attention, that is what happens. If you give something attention, it goes. So with life, there's everything disappears. So nothing is permanent. You might be going through the most at the moment. Hi, Tendani as well. Welcome. So you might be going through the most at the moment. Just remember, nothing is permanent. I remember even the first 3 days, my thoughts were running all over. And by today, whatever I was thinking about in those first 3 days, it was like, wow, it's gone. It's not bothering me. So nothing is it's permanent. So we go through, just remember that nothing is permanent. But no one can take you out of your misery. You need to do it. You need to find the help. You need to allocate time and say, I'm going to find the help. You might say, I don't have time. Just look in a year. Just give yourself that 10 days, because what you do in those 10 days, it changes a lot, because you release a lot of emotions. I was responding to a few of the WhatsApps from my clients, and they say, wow, you've offloaded a lot. You can sound differently. I trust I sound differently. If I sound differently, just let me know. And where are you as well? Yes, I see Queen Laura said you suffer from muscle spasm. I guess you need to relieve some feelings. Yes, there's a lot, because whatever, all of us, we have got traumas which is stored in our bodies as well. And the traumas that we experience as well, they start from the day you were conceived, and they continue as well. And normally the first formative years of your life, the first 7 years, that is what I deal with my clients. And I see some of my clients are here, they can also attest to that most of the things that we do is in the first formative years. And after that, whatever trauma, like now we go through trauma of load shedding and we've normalized it, but it has created an impact. It has impacted businesses, it has impacted how you do, and you just accumulate. So we, in the Vipassana meditation, we say we accumulate the sankharas, and just remember everything it's impermanent. So like if you're feeling pain and you're continuing reacting to it, because you'll just create more of that. And we do that. So one has to have wonderful techniques of how they release that. Hi, Spume, thank you so much. Muscle spasm on the back. It depends where you are feeling the pain on the back, Laura. Normally, at the back, the lower back could be issues with money, issues with other traumas, and then in the middle back could be your negative emotions, your doubt, your self-esteem, fear, and other things. And then in your upper back, it could be issues with you not being supported, feeling not loved, you doing everything, being the superhero, being the rescuer, just taking the world on your shoulders. Just remember when you came here on earth, you came alone. As much as you have kids as well, you have to be able to teach them as well how to take care of them, and everyone can take care of themselves. God, our creator, whoever you believe in, there's a reason you brought you here, and there's ways that you can be helped. So we try to be God. And my clients know, they will tell me when we do the self-love course, that is where I discover that most women, because these women mostly come to my coaching, they are becoming God in situations where they are not supposed to be. And they hate it first time when I say, why are you trying to be God? Because if you're continuing being God and you die tomorrow, how will those people sustain themselves? So you need to teach them, you need to provide them with tools. Not the bait, but the tools for them to sustain themselves, even when they are there. So you need to evaluate yourself. So also the misery you created because you want to be God. You want to be the creator. Why are you trying to be the creator? Oh my, yes, Queen Laura says I'm spot on. It's on my upper back. So yes, Queen Laura, book a session. So you just book a session when you're ready. Let's start helping you, because you can relieve that. We need everything, as I said, it starts with the mind. So the work that I do is to make you realize that we're always rehearsing this thing in our mind, and it can be released. You can release your pain, but you cannot continue. This year is 2023. Whatever you were going through in 2020, you can't be going through it now. There's so much help. There are so many coaches out there who can help you. If it's finances, find a financial coach. If your energy doesn't resonate with me, and it's important that whoever is going to help you, the energies resonate with you. So it's pointless to come and say you're coming to me because you had your friends, and when you speak to me, you feel like the energy. So don't do it. Find someone who can help you, because that 1 hour that you're going to spend with me, or 2 hours, it could be going to someone, you just sitting there and pretend. You won't even get the benefit that you need, because everything is energy. But we cannot go through whatever we went through in 2020. Let's fight for ourselves. Let's remove ourselves from the misery that we create in our minds. Some of it is hereditary. Some of it comes from the lineage as well. Some also comes from our past lives as well. So it's quite a broad discussion. And as you are releasing in this retreat, and we're just talking yesterday when we got the chance to be able to speak, they call it after you've been quiet, because after you've been quiet for 9 days without even having that eye contact with the person, but you can see them in the dining hall, it's so excruciating. But also when day 9, you feel like they are making noise. For me, I don't feel it, because I can just zoom in into a meditation, even in the noisy area. So I didn't feel it, but just being in yourself, because you're so scared. So I urge you, do something. Whilst on that, if you're not ready to do the Vipassana meditation, and if you need the link, WhatsApp me on 061. I'll just write you can email me or WhatsApp me, or you can Google the Dhamma Pataka as well. You say Vipassana meditation, you can go through. So I've got a retreat from the 15th to 17th as well, which is coming through. So I'm not sure if you can hear me. Let me know if you can still hear me. I see I'm getting comments that there's some issues with connection. Just let me know. So if you're not ready to go and sit for 10 days and be quiet, mine are not quiet, but the first time it could be quiet as well, because we need to deal with some issues. And also we start doing the pre-work a month before the retreat. That is the beauty of my retreat. We start preparing so that you don't get a shock, and you start working on yourself. So it's on the 15th to the 17th of September. It will be in Bali too. So if you like to come through, and there's a payment plan that you can join. Hi, we also have got Kilebuhile. Welcome, guys. Tag your friends and share this. And yeah, it's high time we become better people. We cannot continue blaming our bosses, blaming our parents, blaming our loved ones of our problems. Our loved ones, they're never in our head. And being a human being is so beautiful. We are not a butterfly which will die after a while. You are a human being. You need to do something. We've got the free will to do amazing things. And we need to tap into the power that we have, because all of us, we are powerful beings. We are powerful beings, and it's a privilege to be alive and to be here in this present moment, and with what is happening within the world, which is what is happening within nature and the universe. There's so much that is happening. So I also follow astrology. So if you follow astrology, there's so much exciting things that are happening within the universe at the moment. I mean, I'm so excited about it as well. So it's high time we do something. It's high time we blame everyone, because whoever you're blaming, all they're doing, they're just reflecting the issues within you, the shadows. You've heard coaches and other people talking about the shadow work that you need to do. You could be suffering from inner wound. You could be suffering from mother wound. You could be suffering from father wound. So those are the negative emotions and the beliefs. You could be suffering from a belief of saying, I don't deserve, I'm not good enough. There are people who will get money and not be able to use it on themselves and go and rescue others instead of rescuing themselves. I've been one, so I'm not blaming them. I've been there. I've been a rescuer in places. I've been God in places where I shouldn't be. And then when you sit there and you start resenting those people and you start having that conversation of, say, why did I do that? And being on the Vipassana meditation also helps you, because as you are going there and also feeling your body from your head to toe and from your toe to head, you start feeling some thoughts come, and that thought you can just feel pointing to different part of your body. It could be your womb as well. Like for women, we've got issues with the womb. We've got so many issues, and yeah, those needs to be dealt with. So come to the retreat. Let's work on you as well. So with Mkowisho, the misery. So we are all going through our misery, but we've learned to numb it as well. We go through our misery in our different ways. That is why earlier in the year, I introduced Mkowisho line. Mkowisho line is for anyone. It's not about title, whether you're a doctor or a lawyer. And I meet those professions. It's just a title. At the end of the day, just tap into you, like with the Vipassana meditation. You forget those titles the moment you sign up there, and you deal with this human being, the monster that you are, because we are all monsters to ourselves, and you find that we go and project that to other people. And what we learn with this Vipassana is to learn to understand you. And then after that, you understand why people do things. If somebody's coming with hatred, you learn not to feel, you learn to be compassionate. You learn to also ask yourself, because at times if somebody is coming with hatred, all that person is bringing gifts. So it's up to you whether you accept that hatred or not. So you need to come to a point where you say, you're coming with hatred, I'm not gonna accept the gifts from you. So what do I mean by this? I learned it from the course, is that when somebody visits a house, they come with a gift. So you, as the person who's in the house, you've got the opportunity, or the other life has, I'll upload it. You've got the opportunity to say to that person, I cannot accept your gift. So you're not forced to accept the gift. That gift of hatred, all you have to do is just say, this person is going through their own misery, but you cannot come to that state unless you understand your misery and you learn to be compassionate. Because at the end of the day, with that session, because I remember when I arrived, I was not in a good state, but when I left, I was full. I was just happy. I was just happy by understanding where I stored my emotions, what other issues that have accumulated. So look into that. And with the Mkowisho line, so guys, do call. So with the Mkowisho line works like this. You pay the amount, and then you call me for 45 minutes, and you just talk. Because nowadays with social media, I saw when I went to social media, there's Dr. 90 and whatever. I still need to understand what is happening there. I'm not sure. So it's an opportunity to say, I need to find someone I can just speak to. And being an accredited coach, I'm registered as well. So if you hear your stories about yourself, you can go and report me to Commensa. You can go and report me to the International Coaching Register as a coach. So we've got that confidentiality that we have to uphold, and that is an opportunity for you to express rather than storing those things within your body and just going around and getting sick and very sick. So you can heal yourself, but it starts with you understanding the mind. So I like to encourage, take opportunity of the Mkowisho line as well. Take the opportunity of coaching. Take the opportunity of speaking to someone as well, so that you can be better beings. Whilst we're still on that note, are we still there? Who's still with me? Who's still with me? I see we've got Ikeshalagaduve as well. Welcome. So whilst we're still on that, I'm gonna start also with the meditation twice a month. I'm gonna try. Could be every second week, but I'm committing to twice a month just to continue the meditation that I used to do as well. So if you're interested, send me a WhatsApp. I'll also share Okay, Laura is still around. Thank you. So I'll also share the link. So on Saturdays, I'll start this Saturday, 6 a.m. Let's meet in my private Facebook group, Enabling Your Life with Coach Mashudu, and also to be stored on my YouTube. Let's start with the meditation. And with the meditation that I do, this one, it concentrates on the conscious mind, how you quieten your conscious mind. So the difference between what I'll be doing in Vipassana, because I cannot do Vipassana, it's run by centers and it has to have trained facilitators as well. So it goes to subconscious mind. So that is what I've been working on in the past 10 days being on Vipassana, going to a subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind runs 98% of our being. Everything is stored in your subconscious mind, everything. And yeah, it's so amazing the power that you have. And yeah, there's more. So reach out for more. So book coaching sessions and let's start working, uprooting all these misery within that we have in our mind, so that you can tap to that power, so that you can tap to that greatness, so that you can tap to the gifts that you have, because everyone who's here on earth has got amazing gifts that they need to serve the world, but you cannot get to them because you're always repeating the same story every day. So how long are you going to continue repeating the same story? So I encourage you today, go and have a heart-to-heart discussion with yourself. Remove everyone, remove the kids, remove your loved one, your mom. Have that intimate discussion with yourself and say, how long are you going to continue with this misery that you have? And it doesn't mean as much as I've attended the 10-day the 10-day Vipassana meditation on my misery is gone. I have to continue practicing what I've learned as well, so that I can continue reacting less to all this misery that one might create, and listen to our body. Because even I always give this tip, like when you're going to buy and you're using your card, before you swipe, just feel how your body is. Do you sweat? Do you have a heart palpitations? Because that is your body speaking to you, not anyone. That is the science, the power that our Creator has given us. That is the major tool that we've been given. And it's so, so amazing as well. And with also the technique that we do, you learn to understand. You can even feel, because I'll ask you when we're doing this, say you are looking at doubt, and you start feeling the pain in your hand, you start feeling, because that is where you might find that you have stored, because we stored our own emotions, our negative emotions in different ways. But you cannot be a prisoner of that. You cannot be a prisoner of your past. You cannot be a prisoner of the things that you are just numbing. It's time to go and do a heart surgery. So when we're doing the retreat, it was said that we're doing the heart surgery, the mind surgery, a deep surgery, by feeling your sensations. So you get trained how to feel your body from your head to your toe. So for me, it was by 6th day, because I've done it for the second time. You could feel the sensation like an electricity going through your head to your toe, and from your toe to your, I'm also feeling it just saying it now. So you get to sense and be in touch with your body. And yeah, it's like when you're falling in love, when those endorphins, hormones, you feel that. Yes, it's getting in touch with that on a daily basis. So it's quite amazing. So still with me, I see June is, yeah, welcome, guys. Who else? So just a recap from Saturday, 6 a.m., wake up, guys. Let's start having the meditation. So I'm not doing Vipassana, I'm not trained to be a Vipassana, but I'll continue doing the meditations that I used to do in 2021. So last year I didn't do, but this is the opportunity to help, because I received amazing feedback during that time, just to give you the tools at the moment, just to quieten your mind as well. So it's basically quieting your subconscious mind. But when you're ready to do work on your subconscious mind, your traumas, and also I do offer trauma therapy as well. If you might have, maybe if you were in an accident, or there was a shooting or burglar or something that you had, and it just relieves that trauma. Just do that. So I do offer that. So do that. So the services that I offer, it's normal coaching, it's Umgowisho Lines Credit Replace Retreat. So come to the retreat on the 15th to 17th September. It's going to be so amazing. Already a few ladies have signed up. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Some have already started paying up. So you just pay 1,000 Rand as a deposit, and then you can continue praying. So I wanted to share that. I trust this has inspired you and it made you to just go and have a time to reflect and say, are you going to continue with the misery? Have new miseries, guys. Can't have miseries that we've had for the past 5 years. I remember even myself. I know where I'm coming from. I've had miseries which I wasn't aware of. I had mother wound issues that I had to deal with, because I didn't have a good upbringing. I didn't have a good relationship with my mom. I had to have that to be able, because as much as my mom, she's a grandmother to my kids, and we need to relate and be able to connect with them. You need to heal those. You cannot continue holding grudge and say, my mom didn't heal them. They didn't know better. That is how they were raised. And this is an opportunity to do things differently. You might have a father wound. I grew up without a dad. My father died when I was 3. And also there were issues with being rejected when I found out what was happening during the pregnancy. And one had to deal with that and understand one was rejected. And you find that at work, you go for an interview and other areas you get rejected and just say, no, these bosses reject me. You might find that during that interview, you're just relieving all the rejection that you went through. So you need to deal with that gestalt. We call them gestalt, and release it, because you continue blaming others whilst already all these people are just projecting what are the issues that are within your body, within your mind, within your subconscious mind that you have been through as well. And also could be inner wounds, what you've been through. So when you grow up, what was happening around, who was abusing you, what was this? And those people that didn't know better went through their own misery. And the moment you resent and you hate them, you're just creating more misery to yourself. So it's all about learning to have that self-compassion. And if you haven't healed, it's so hard to love the other person, but it starts with you. How much do you love yourself? If you didn't hear anything that I said today, just ask yourself, how much do you love yourself? Do you really love yourself? Are you ready to fight, to tap to the power within you? Are you ready to be the gift that you are? Because you're a gift. As much as you're going through your own misery, I'm going through my own misery as well. But I show up, I fight. Because challenges, the more you deal with one misery, you new ones. So you're always getting stronger and facing life. And that's why we're human beings. That's why we're not birds. We are human beings for a reason, to be amazing wherever we are, to be great beings wherever we are. So join me on Saturday as we do the first meditation for this year. They are quite amazing. Normally they are 30 to 45 minutes as well. And also there'll be healing as well. So it's meditation and healing. So do wake up. Prioritize yourself, because no one will do it. Fight for your healing, fight for your transformation. No one will do it for you. And it doesn't mean when you start changing and you start dictating to everyone to change, you cannot change anyone. You can change yourself. And when those people are ready to change, seeing you changing, they will. But you cannot go out there and say, I'm changing, I'm seeing Coach Mashudi daily. You need to change. We are different. We are different. So as you change, you inspire others to be the change. So be the change you want to be in the world. So as you're changing, don't go dictating to other people to say they need to change. They need to choose. They need to see imisebenzi yakho, they need to see what you're doing so that it becomes so infectious and say, I want to do the same as well. I want to be so amazing. I want to be so positive. I want to be able to laugh. Something that I've learned since last year, I was someone who never laughed that a lot. And we're sitting, like today, we're in Meisenberg when we left to Worcester. So it's some of the delegates were with, so we went to, so she says, wow, I love your smile. And I had to tell her, I couldn't smile the way I did. I've learned to laugh within my misery, to laugh and not, because everything is impermanent, it's not permanent. So do that, because someone would see me and I'll just go around with, before I became a coach, as much as I've been guiding people, I used to go around with my misery. So be the change you want to be. Fight for love, for showing love and compassion. Try to be different, because daily, like even if you check yourself, daily look at a child. You might have a child, the child was born 20 years ago, 10 years ago. The child is forever changing. You are changing daily. You're changing daily based on what you read, who you associate with, what you do, the personal development, because personal development is so important. It doesn't matter what title you are. And you cannot delegate that to your bosses, because you have to do it. Personal development doesn't mean going to expensive courses. You know you're going to read a book. You doing this, enrolling in amazing programs that coaches are running, because coaches are there to help you. We are forever running programs to help you to be amazing. And those programs are quite affordable. So it's high time you ask yourself, how much do you matter? Because your misery that you currently have, it shows up in all your areas, because it's in your mind. Unless you fix that, other areas won't prosper. I also see we've got Ivy. Welcome. So Ivy, yes. Thank you guys. Do share and yeah, just have a discussion. Reach out on 061-518-3228. Yeah, so that was my share. Any questions? If you've got any questions, just type them down. Let me just wait for a minute if you've got any questions or you need clarity. And I'm also having my Goddess Herbal Tea. This is an amazing tea for women. I've heard amazing stories of how their wombs, yeah, it's doing so amazing things. So if you need it, let me know. I also sell it as well as 50 grams and 100 grams. So it's about healing. We need to heal. We need to fight to be better. Daily we are aging. But we need to take care of ourselves. We need to prioritize ourselves, because if you're sick, no matter how much money you have in the bank, you don't take care of your mind, you don't take care of this body, you won't enjoy that money. You won't enjoy that jet that you have. So Laura, which session? So Laura, I normally also offer, the discovery sessions. Those are 30-minute sessions. So we understand your problem. Then I can recommend also on your affordability, what is the best thing that you can do. Because I do offer coaching. Find that some people are not, they don't have the money for that one-on-one, but they can do the self-paced courses. So we've got self-love, we've got relationship with yourself, we've got transforming your relationships, we've got time to reset, we've got the self-mastery as well. I'll also be doing a webinar on the self-mastery. So if you're interested in that, also send me a message. So I should be doing it in 2 weeks' time. So do look out for that self-mastery webinar. It's a free webinar. It will be less than 2 hours. You'll also learn some tools, and then from there you can decide if you want to join the program. But even just listening to the webinar, there'll be a few changes that you'll be implementing as well. So do send me a WhatsApp, Laura. So yeah, we cannot discuss your issues online. We need to have that one-on-one discussion. So send a WhatsApp on 061-518-3228, or you can email me at coach@enablersolutions.co.za. So the 061 is the business. So when you type, you'll see enabler solutions. So that is the business WhatsApp. So do reach out. So let's start doing. So guys, we cannot go through what we went through the past 5 years. You need new challenges. That is why you're a human being. It's the same with being at work. One wants to be promoted. You cannot be promoted if you're not showing that you have elevated, you can think differently, you have acquired new tools. Because organizations, even in your business, it's all about improving your bottom line. But you cannot improve your bottom line, the profitability of your company, the profitability of the company that you're working for, if you don't change the way you think. And it starts with that. Whatever you achieved the past 5 years, it's in the past. It's time to show up. And you can show up by working on yourself, because when you work on yourself, you become creative. Ideas come up. I know with my clients, they'll tell you they came with issues with money, and money start popping out because we are releasing all this misery that was stored, because we are energy. And you find that when you're sad, you're vibrating low. No one wants to associate with you. And then you do the work. You start vibrating. Everyone wants a piece of you because you're thinking better. You're coming better with better solutions. You're more loving to yourself. You're more compassionate. And you ask yourself, what really happened? It's you just committing to the work and say, I'm going to do this work, kicking and screaming. I'm not saying transforming is easy. Even myself, go to my timeline, you can see how I've transformed over the few years. And it has been a lot of hard work. As much as I'm coaching other people, I'm working on myself, because I have to show up for those who need me, who need the help, who need someone who can hold them accountable, and they become their accountability partner. So thank you, guys. Thank you for joining in. I really appreciate your time. I thought this was going to be 30 minutes. I see I'm almost, and 46 minutes. But do share, tag your friends. This message might be for someone that needs, even if they don't enroll, they just need to hear this. They just need to be inspired. They just need to think differently. Just a recap, we're all going through our own misery, and no one can change others except you change yourself. So the change that you seek in others, it has to start with you. And you need to have that time where you work on yourself. You need to continue upgrading yourself, like even with the laptop and the phones I'm using. Each time you get upgrades, the apps are upgrading. When are you upgrading this computer that you have? Your mind, when are you upgrading? Whether you're using Android or whether you're using Apple, is forever upgrading. When are you upgrading yourself? So you cannot work with the old version. We need to continue changing our vision. Then that is what I was doing with the Vipassana meditation that I did. So I'll go again next year. I'll continue applying the tools that they provided me. Then I'll go again and release other we call sankharas that I would have created. Because life has got its own challenges. I go through my own winter, summer, autumn as well, but I'm committed in being a better person. So when are you upgrading your current version? Are you still operating in your 2000 version? Are you still operating in the 2010 version? Are you still operating in your 2020 version or 2022? We're in 2023. Upgrade yourself, work on yourself. Let me be your accountability partner. Come to a retreat. You don't have, at times you might say, I'm not ready to say, do the courses, come to a retreat, get empowered. But I know every change that you're doing, you're planting a seed to be a better person. And if you've got kids and each time everyone is always looking at you, might be going through a misery, you're teaching your kids, your loved ones, how to prioritize themselves, how to be better people, how to be amazing, kicking and screaming. And my coaches, one of my coach, Lucy, and then I was saying, bring it on. I'm ready to deal with all the sad part, the challenges, and smiling. So I'm learning to smile through my sorrows, through my sad. So I'm ready for it. So you need to embrace change and look at challenges like that. So when you come to that point of you laugh through your challenges, just shows you you're getting better. Your consciousness is getting improving because you cannot deal with the old consciousness. It's time to level up. It's time to level up. The world needs, we're in AI. We've got ChatGPT at the moment. When now you're upgrading, you've got ChatGPT. When you're still in the old version, you're in the DOS. There might be people who didn't use DOS. Those who know DOS, they know. So you still, your mind is still using the DOS. You see those flippy disks that we used to use in varsity. We can't use that. We can't use that. So it's time to use airdrops. So let's use airdrops. Let's use all the latest fancy techniques, but it starts with you, no one else. So looking forward to engaging with you and hearing from you as well. So start booking those umkowisho just to offload, start changing, upgrading, do the coaching, credit repair, come to the retreats. Yeah, because I'm here to help you to be a better person. As I'm working hard to be a better person on a daily basis. I'm not perfect. That's why I continue working on myself, going on excruciating retreats where you just sit with your pain and you look at it and you just say, it will pass. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. Tomorrow is a holiday, so enjoy tomorrow's holiday. Tag your friends, they can listen to this on YouTube. You also share on your timeline. So make someone's life change today by just listening. That's all. Thank you. Good. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, June. Welcome back. Yes, looking forward to the meditation. Those who are not on the group, I'll share the group as well, and also it will be on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube, and then it will also be on the group. We've also got Saved by Grace, Sister also just joined. So do listen to the recording, and also you can go to my YouTube as well. You can just download and listen. But I trust what I've shared will help you. It has planted even a small seed. For me, it's all about even you change by 0.5%. That is good enough for me because I know something has changed. I'm not looking for 10%. Really, it takes time. Transformation is not easy. Transformation is challenging, and you just have to continue working on yourself. Continue working on yourself. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday. I might do another live, so we'll see as well. So, but come on Saturday, 6 a.m. Let's start empowering ourselves. Let's start being better human beings out there and add value wherever we are planted. Because wherever you are, remember you are a god. You are a prince and a princess. You are a goddess wherever you are. You are highly favored. You might say those who love your loved ones are not, they don't, but in our Creator's eye, you are amazing because you've got these gifts that you just need to tap into. But you cannot do that if you still continue with the miseries and the mental state of DOS, the old computer. So you need to continue upgrading, like the Androids, like the apps that we have, continue upgrading. There's new information. For myself, on a monthly basis, I'm attending courses, Sundays mostly, to be better, to learn, to be amazing and add value wherever I am. Thank you, thank you. I'll never stop talking, but that's it from me. So I trust this has inspired you. I trust it's gonna make you do, and you might listen to this and you go and do Vipassana after 5 years. That's all. Just for you to make the commitment. You might say, I'm gonna do coaching next year. That's all. Just starting planting the seed so that you become a better human being. Let's remove the DOS mentality and start upgrading our apps with changes. So we need to continue changing daily. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you can reach me out on 0615183208. So you use that WhatsApp number. Then you'll get feedback. Bye-bye. Thank you.